Think about this for a minute. A tire company is the most trusted authority on fine dining in the world. Not a food critic, not a chef, not even a culinary school. A company that makes rubber. Today we're breaking down Michelin's marketing playbook, how a French tire company in 1900 turned a free pamphlet into one of the most influential cultural institutions on the planet by doing something no tire company had any business doing, creating the desire for a lifestyle their product required. And finish the episode with 3 marketing moves you can use to increase demand and sales for your product or service. Brothers André and Edouard Michelin had a structural problem. They made tires. Tires wear out when people drive, but in 1900, almost nobody was driving. Fewer than 3,000 cars existed in all of France. A tire business with no drivers is a tire business going nowhere. They were burning cash. They couldn't wait for the market to find them. They had to build the market themselves. The question was, how do you get people to drive more when most of them don't even own a car yet? The Michelin brothers came up with a marketing approach that you don't sell tires, you sell the trip. If driving felt accessible, if people knew where to stop, where to eat, where to sleep, where to find a mechanic when something went wrong, they'd drive more. More driving meant more tire wear. More tire wear meant more Michelin sales. The product wasn't the point of the strategy. The lifestyle around the product was. So instead of advertising, they published. The first Michelin guide was published in 1900, 400 pages and free. It was packed with maps, gas stations, tire repair instructions, hotels, and restaurants organized by routes across France. They printed 35,000 copies for a country with fewer than 3,000 cars because they weren't just talking to drivers. They were talking to people who might become drivers, people who needed to see what was out there before they'd even consider getting behind a wheel. The guide expanded across Europe by 1910. By 1920, it had grown past 600 pages. The restaurant section had become so popular that Michelin hired a team of anonymous inspectors just to keep up with demand. Then something happened that sharpened the whole marketing strategy. André Michelin visited a tire shop and found copies of the guide propping up a workbench. He pulled them out and made the decision to start charging for it. 7 francs a copy. No more ads. The guide stopped being a giveaway and became something people sought out, carried, and trusted. In 1926, they added restaurant stars. By 1931, the 3-tier hierarchy was set. 1 star, worth a stop. 2 stars, worth a detour. 3 stars, worth a special journey. That last one, worth a special journey, not worth a reservation, worth building a trip around. A restaurant that demands you get in a car, drive somewhere you've never been, and burn through a tank of gas. The content wasn't describing travel. It was manufacturing the reason to go. Today, the guide covers more than 30,000 restaurants across 3 continents, more than 30 million copies sold. It generates its own revenue stream entirely independent of tires. Now, here's why this works from a psychological level. In 2007, researchers Kristina Shampanier, Nina Mazar, and Dan Ariely published Zero as a Special Price, the true value of free products in marketing science. Their finding? Free doesn't just lower the cost of something, it changes how valuable people perceive it to be. When price hits 0, people stop doing normal cost-benefit math. The guide on the workbench was free, so it felt like nothing. 7 francs made it feel like something worth reading, worth trusting, worth following to a restaurant 2 hours from home. The price didn't reflect the value, the price created it. Now, here are 3 marketing moves to use for your product or service. First, find the lifestyle your product lives inside and market that lifestyle. Michelin needed people to drive, so they didn't sell tires, they sold destinations, routes, meals worth having, places worth finding. What does your customer need to want, do, or believe before your product becomes indispensable? That's your real marketing target. Build content that makes that lifestyle more appealing, more accessible, more inevitable. Second, design your content to manufacture desire, not just describe your product. The 3-star rating didn't tell people the food was exceptional. It told them the restaurant was worth a journey. That framing created a reason to travel that didn't exist before. Ask yourself, does your content make people want to do something, or does it just explain what you sell? One of those builds a market. The other fills a brochure. Third, a price can create value even when nothing else changes. If something you're giving away is being underused or ignored, adding a gate like a price, a wait list, an application, adding one of those things can transform how it's perceived without changing a word of the content. Before you build something new, ask whether what you already have is being treated like a guide or a workbench prop. A tire company set out to sell tires. What they built was a 125-year institution that shapes global culture, drives tourism economies, and makes chefs lose sleep. They didn't sell tires. They sold the road. Your marketing move.